Aren't on. Now it is. Good evening. Please turn off your phones and welcome to the April 20th, 2022 regular meeting of the Eureka Springs Historic District Commission. I'm Dee Bright, sitting as chair because Steve's not feeling real well, but he's here. Commissioners present tonight are Steve Hollifield, Judy Holden, Kyle Palmer. We have a quorum for business. Eureka Springs Historic District Commission is empowered by the Eureka Springs Municipal Code to issue a certificate of appropriateness for alterations of exterior architectural features, demolition and new construction within the boundaries of the Eureka Springs Historic District. The HDC uses Eureka Springs Historic District guidelines and the U.S. Department of Interior standards for the rehabilitation of historic buildings as the basis of our decisions. The Commission can take the following actions on an application: approval, approval with modifications, denial, or defer for more information. Appeal of denial may be made to the Circuit Court. Public comments will be heard on each agenda as it is called. Other public comments will be heard later in the meeting. Are there any changes or additions to tonight's agendas?
I'd like to point out, since I am chair, not supposed to vote, but since there's only 4 people here, all 4 of us will be voting tonight. So.
Okay, anybody else have any changes or additions? May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I move we approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Steve made the motion, Kyle seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. I have to remember to vote. Okay, because it takes all of us. I'm going to read. We have no old business, new business, level 2, 29 Elk, rear deck expansions, hot tub and gazebo. Level 2, 55 Center, new rear deck railing. Level 2, 75 1/2 wall, add front and rear porch roof, metal roofing, replace siding. Level 3, 157 West Van Buren, new construction for cottages. Okay, we'll stop there. And 29 Elk, rear deck expansion, hot tub and gazebo. Is somebody present for that? Would you come and state your name and address, please?
Good evening. My name is Corey Walker, and I reside at 8056 Hillside Avenue in Holiday Island. I'm here representing the owner on their behalf regarding this project.
Okay, Kylie?
The property at 29 Elk Street is a single-family Queen Anne Eastlake-style residence designed and built by W.O. Perkins in 1909. The property is contributing to the district. The applicant is seeking a COA to construct a 12-foot by 28-foot addition to the existing rear deck. The extension will not extend beyond the sides of the house. One portion of this deck will support a hot tub, and a 12-foot by 12-foot wooden gazebo with metal roof will be constructed to cover the hot tub. In evaluating this request for alterations, staff makes the following findings of fact. The proposed alterations can reasonably be considered reversible and would not affect the overall architectural integrity of this property. The proposed alterations align with standards and guidelines, and staff recommends approval of the agenda item.
Do I have a motion?
I move that the Historic District Commission issue a certificate of appropriateness for the work at 29 Elk Street as proposed.
Second.
Discussion? Questions of Corey?
Corey, are you the owner?
I'm not. I'm the contractor who will be doing the work.
Okay.
And from the photos, it looks like, again, I think it was just Steve. Judy could have been.
Yes.
In the back of the house, is this, I think, where that garage was that was falling down, that we let be taken down a few years back?
Yes.
So I'm taking from these pictures, it's in that area.
Yeah, it was before my time, but that was my understanding, and the owners have just owned the house for 30, 60 days, something like that, so.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Judy made the motion, Kyle seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. And Kyle, get you your C of A. There's not anybody else out there, is there?
Nope.
Next is 55 Center, Level 2, new rear deck railing. And there's no one else here, correct?
Right, I don't think they're,
Unless they're hiding in a chair somewhere.
I
Okay,
don't
do
think they're
we,
on Zoom either, but this one's pretty straightforward. This is a pretty interesting building. I will start by saying it's non-contributing, but it is kind of significant in its own way. The log cabin at 55 Center Street was originally built as part of the Camp Leith property. And in the late 1960s, the 3 cabins that were at that location were separated and relocated. This cabin was moved initially to 91 Kings Highway, where it became the Trailways bus station. And then in 1993, the cabin was moved to its current location at 55 Center Street. In the early 2000s, there was a fairly large addition constructed to the rear of this original cabin. The applicant seeking a certificate of appropriateness to remove the existing log railings on the rear deck and replace those with wood posts and steel cables. In evaluating this request, staff makes the following findings of fact. The proposed alterations impact a non-historic deck, which was constructed in the early 2000s. The proposed alterations align with standards and guidelines, and staff recommends approval of this agenda item.
do we have a motion?
I move the Historic District Commission issue a certificate of appropriateness for the work at 55 Center Street as proposed.
Second.
I have a little concern about going to wire from this log fence.
So do I.
I mean, I know it's a deck in the back, it's non-contributing building, but it's, to me, the wire, just a strung wire, looks very modern, and
Well, I would like a better, I was going to ask him for a better picture, a photo, because if we look at the picture on item 2, page 3, on the first part, it looks like tree logs. And then over on the side, it looks like just the timbers like in the picture that they're showing over here with the wire.
I think it's tree logs too, it's just a bad picture.
And then over here, under decks, it says under C, the style of the deck, balusters, and railings should match the style of the building. I'm not sure the drawing we have, it looks so new and modern compared to the little cabins. That was my concern, was the same, the wiring, like you said, Steve, and then if it could just look a little more rustic.
More like this second picture.
Well,
than the
that's what
first
they're,
one?
yeah, that's what they're proposing to
Well,
replace
these are
it.
two different kinds, though.
And here's the one that's on it.
These are two different types. One has a railing, a hand.
It looks a little more rustic than the top
Yeah,
picture.
yes.
Do we know if it's visible from the street?
No, it's not
it's
visible
not.
from the street. It's the little cabins across from Chelsea's, right there.
Okay.
So this is not the panels of wire, this is strung wire through the poles.
Yes.
You know, and be tightened up and stuff.
Do you know which one they're using, Kylie?
No, these were just reference photos that I pulled
Okay.
that were two different styles. It seems like they're fairly open to the details All they proposed was wood and then steel cable.
Okay.
I know they do live in Fayetteville because she did call me, and I have no, we didn't discuss any details. I sent her straight to Kylie because she didn't know who to call. And I don't know how she got my name, but I sent her to Kylie. That's been a few weeks ago, and then, but from the conversation, I know they live in Fayetteville.
Steve, what concern do you have with the wiring, if it's non-contributing at all? Like, why don't you like it?
Well, it's a log building,
Okay,
and that's very rustic looking. And to me, the wire is not rustic looking. The wire is a little too modern looking for
Okay.
a log cabin.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of, mission style, just regular cottages. I could see, the wire panels
Yeah.
and stuff like that with a nice post. But
Because
this is a log cabin.
if we look at C under decks there, where it says the style of the deck, balusters, and railing should match the style of the building,
Right.
yes.
the top photo doesn't match at all. I can see the bottom, but I'm kind of with Steve on the wire, but
And then,
it is in the back of the building, and
that's right.
and you
It's
can't
not
see
like
it.
on F, it says where it's visible from the street. This isn't visible at all.
No.
Yeah, no, it's,
Can we sort of direct them, Kylie, what our preference would be?
Yeah, definitely. I think if there's a feature that you're leaning more towards as being appropriate, I think that they would be open to that. This is just what they proposed.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
Or we could also ask them to send us some new photos or another, I don't know.
we can table this for more
Yeah, we can
information.
table it also for more information, since they're not here to answer our questions.
So I'd have to remove the motion?
Yeah,
in a
just
second.
remove the motion if you want to do that. It's up to you guys, or up to us.
Yeah, I'll take back my motion to approve if we want to talk to him a little bit more.
and I'll take back my second.
So Kyle and Judy both have taken their second and their motion back, and now we would need a new motion to
Aye.
table this for more information.
I move that we table this application until we get more information from the owners.
Second.
Steve made the motion to table this for more information, and Judy seconded. Any other comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. And I think, Kylie, for information, maybe a little
Yeah,
more
what-
rustic or some other ideas from them?
okay, so you just want another proposal that is a little more rustic and fits better with the log cabin
Material.
rustic style of the building?
More appropriate with the features of the cabin.
Okay.
I don't think they have to go back with a log post, but
wiring.
it's a little, that's a big jump. It's like, that's a big jump from, let's do log post to a modern, strong.
Well, like the second one looks a little more rustic than, this one just looks really clean, and
Yeah. Which will
this one, I
look
can
appropriate.
handle the second picture a lot more, but,
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, the cables. So maybe, let's see what they come up with.
Yeah.
Okay, 75 and a half wall. Level 2, add front porch, rear porch roof, new roofing, replace siding. And again, no one else is out there.
I believe they are with us via Zoom.
You believe, I'm sorry, Kylie.
I think they're with us on Zoom.
On Zoom? Oh, okay, great.
Yes, we are.
Okay, Kylie, your turn.
The home at 75 and a half Wall Street was constructed around 1985 and is non-contributing. The applicant is seeking a certificate of appropriateness to add a 13-foot by 6-foot gable roof front porch, expand the rear deck, and add a 20-foot by 12-foot gable roof rear porch with lumber and steel cable railings. Replace the existing shingle roof with copper panel lock or screw-down lap panel roofing, and replace the existing siding with board and batten hardy board. In evaluating this request, staff makes the following findings of fact. The proposed alterations impact a non-historic, non-contributing residence. The addition of the front porch and rear porch are appropriately scaled to the building and complementary to its style and age. The existing siding is significantly deteriorated due to water, and the replacement material is nearly identical in style. In the written proposal, the applicant specifies the roofing as metal ribbed with standing seam, but the product, Panel-Lock Plus, is not true standing seam. Clarification on this is needed, but the commission may consider this appropriate due to the specifics of this property.
Do I have a motion?
I move that the Historic District Commission issue a certificate of appropriateness for the work at 75 1/2 Wall Street as proposed.
Second.
Discussion?
I don't understand what is not true standing seam. It's standing seam, but it's not standing seam. It feels like writing a blank check, to just put whatever you want up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit, I think, confusion on page 2 of the proposal. In your packet, it says roof material, exposed fastener, roof panels, standing seam, which I believe 9 Hillside is a true standing seam roof, but
I can testify.
the material proposed in here, if you take a look at that, farther on in the packet, unfortunately, I didn't put a page number on there for you, so I apologize, but the Panel-Lock Plus is a screw-down metal roof.
Have they decided which type of roofing they're wanting to use?
They're on Zoom, is that correct?
Yes.
Are they there?
I'm sorry, what was the question? I apologize.
Could you please tell us what type of roofing material you're going to be using?
Oh, it's a metal roof. It does have a fastener, but I don't think much of the roof would be seen from the street. And we could also go with a color that hides the fastener better, if that would help.
And you're saying, Steve?
Well, on our roofing materials on residential structures, the lap panel steel is not allowed.
Has to be true standing.
You're correct.
The house that we saw that had a roof very similar to what we would like to do
Yes?
was on Hillside Avenue.
Is that one 9 Hillside? Is that the one in the
Yes.
photo? Okay, the commissioner that owns that house is sitting right here. It's a standing steel seam.
Yes. Yeah, that's a standing steel, seam steel. That's H factor. It's not a lap panel steel. And the difference is when you look at the roof on the little tiny house on Hillside, you not see any screws anywhere. The screws that hold down the panels are covered up by the next panel that comes down, locks down over it. So that's one reason they call it a lock system.
This,
I think one difference is also that the gable will face the street instead of the side. It won't be as visible.
Still residential, and it must be a true standing seam.
There is another house on Wall Street that has a metal roof that has the screws, that's not standing seam. I
Would you-
don't know the exact house number. It's down the street on the right-hand side.
Would you know when it was done?
Looks fairly recently. You know, I haven't been there in a while, but when we were there a while ago, I noticed the house there had a metal roof on it, and it's like the shiny silver corrugated, so
Well, there's some people in
I think
town have,
if I did this in a darker color, I'm pretty sure that, you know, especially from the street, it wouldn't be noticeable at all.
right.
Well, it's just not allowed, dear.
To see it or not see it is not really the issue. It's
Yeah.
the material you're using is not approved for this type of, for this building in this town, so. And if people have done it, and people have done it in town without permission, and the city has done what they've done with that, or didn't do what they want to do with that, and some people have asked for the standing seam and put some other roof on there. That's happened a couple times, too. And it's up to the city and code enforcement to do something about that. All we can do is look at our guidelines and say, this is what is approved based on the guidelines, and this is what's not approved, and this panel lock plus is not approved for residential in the city of Eureka Springs.
Do you guys want to, since this is add front porch, rear porch roof, new roofing, do you want to divide this into two parts?
I do want to note for the commission and the applicant that the manufacturer that they propose using does offer two products that are, that would be approved as standing seam. The Horizon Lock and Central Snap product lines would be appropriate.
It's confusing because there's so many different names out there.
Yeah.
Until you see it and look at it and then say, can you see the screw head showing? Then that's a flat panel. If it's not, then it's standing seam usually. I think we vote on it and then they can come back and reapply if they want to change the material.
And so if we could vote on it, whoever made the motion can change it and list the two items that Kylie just said in standing seam, that it has to be one of those three, or?
Everyone has a roof on it, though.
They want a roof on it.
They're all roofs on it.
Let's vote.
Well, if we vote as the motion is, she can put the roof on that we're not approving. That's why I'm wanting to know if you want to divide it
No.
separately.
We vote on it based on the materials she's presented, the owner's presented.
Okay. Any other comments or questions of her? Judy made the motion, Kyle seconded. All in favor say aye. Those opposed say no.
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 Motion's denied, 4-0 against. But I don't have a problem with if we wanted to do the deck, the front porch, if they wanted to go ahead and start that. Okay.
They have the option to put it in separately if they want to.
So I'm going to have to get, there you go. 157 West Van Buren, Level 3, new construction, 4 cottages. I do have a letter from John Seaman. Thursday, April 7th, 2022. To Kylie on the new construction of 4 cottages. As a 14-year-old homeowner of property on Peerless Street, I object to the construction of tree houses on Van Buren adjacent to my property. It will bring down my property value that was already damaged by the closing of the nearby high school. Sincerely, Jonathan H. Seaman, 61 Peerless Street, Eureka Springs, Arkansas, 72632. Kylie?
And Corey is here to represent this project as well.
Okay.
The applicant is seeking a certificate of appropriateness for the construction of 4 small cottages, one at 544 square feet and the other 2 at 300 square feet, or the other 3, excuse me, on the vacant lot at 157 West Van Buren, which is in a contemporary commercial zone. The cottages will be set on concrete block foundations and located on the site as indicated in the site plan, which you can find on page 5 of this item. The exterior will feature neo-Tudor styling, including stucco, which is actually SmartSide engineered siding, non-coursed uncut stone on the facade and chimney, half timbering, and decorative gable trusses.
Do I have a motion?
I move that the Historic District Commission issue a certificate of appropriateness for the work at 157 West Van Buren as proposed.
Second.
Questions for Corey?
Are you aware of the neighbor's objection?
The letter was written by?
Yes.
I'm not familiar with that. I heard it first tonight, although that neighbor referenced tree houses being built, which these are not. They're on foundations, and due to the slope of the land, they will be, 2 of the 4 will be downhill to where you probably won't even see them from the street.
Yeah, I was looking at your pictures earlier before I got here, and then I read this, and I didn't think they were tree houses.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And I did follow up with them via email clarifying that, but I didn't hear back.
Okay. Any other questions? Judy made the motion. Kyle seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
Consent agenda are level 1 applications that the city preservation officer believes to be in accordance with the design guidelines. Any commissioner or member of the public may move any consent agenda item to the regular agenda for discussion. We have one. It's a level 1, 216 West Van Buren, new sign. Did everyone see the packet and see that? Do I have a motion?
It's on the consent agenda. We just need to approve the consent agenda.
Yeah, I just need somebody to...
I move that we approve the consent agenda as listed.
A second.
Second.
Steve made the motion to approve the consent agenda, and Judy seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Administrative approvals, there are 12 you will find on the website, and those applications for repair and working involving no charges in changes in materials, changes in roofing and paint color signs. And these are all been approved by our preservation officer. Commissioner business this evening. Approval of minutes from April 6, 2022 meeting. We can't because we don't have a quorum for that because Judy was absent. So we'll have to hold that off for next time. Treasurer's report for March, and Judy's going to do that.
Effective March 31st of 2022, In our bank account, we have $8,879.25.
Okay, and do I have a motion to accept?
I move that we accept the treasurer's report as presented.
Second.
Steve made the motion, Kyle seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Scheduled design guidelines workshop.
So I'm sure you all have gotten the Chapter 4 of the new design guidelines. I just finished going through it today and making comments. The public, as we discussed last time, got postcards that gives them access to take a look at this chapter and start giving some feedback. So we need to get a workshop scheduled so we can start having conversations about what we like, what's working, things that we would like to see changed. So I don't know if anybody has an idea of dates.
How long will it take?
Who knows?
Talking 4 hours, all day, an hour?
Bring lunch.
Dinner, pillows.
We're going to have a couple workshops as we get more chapters. So, maybe an hour would be a good starting point to just see where people are at. We don't have to go line by line making grammatical changes and things like that, but just big content ideas and organizational changes.
So maybe an hour before our next meeting on May 4th?
I think that would be good.
Is that okay with everybody?
Is our next meeting May 4th? Okay.
Yes.
I hadn't looked at what day it would be. Let me think.
And are we allowed to limit the public comments time-wise?
I think so, yeah. It's up to you all.
Moderators or
Yeah,
whatever?
I think
Yeah.
a lot of the meetings are 3 minutes, isn't it?
Yes.
Just a minute, I'm looking also.
Yes, it is 3 minutes. Arrive an hour early then on May, and that will be published on the website.
Yes.
So you want to meet at 5 o'clock?
5 p.m., May 4th.
Ron, do you have any conflicts with that time?
I've been having a board meeting at 4:30 for an hour.
5 o'clock on May 4th. Do you have any conflicts with that? We can. Okay, that's okay. We could just do audio recording of it. We don't have to do all this, but
That would be preferable.
we can do that then.
I'm going to start getting loaded up at that time of year, so.
No worries. We can make it work. Thank you.
I have a board meeting at 4:30.
Okay.
I have a board meeting at 1 o'clock. The one at 4:30 may not be there that day. I mean, early. Yeah.
You can also send comments to
Yeah,
me.
I
or
mean, I
notes to
could
me.
be here, but it might be late. I mean, I might have to miss 30 minutes.
There won't be any actions taken, so we don't have to be concerned about quorum or anything.
Okay.
It's mostly to get feedback from the public, really, is what we're
Okay.
trying to facilitate.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, have you heard anything since you sent those cards out?
I haven't yet checked the Google form to see if there's been feedback. The only other people that I've heard from have been on the Planning Commission who got them. So I'm hoping that the public has seen it and is taking this as a real opportunity to engage with what we're doing. This is the time to suggest changes. So yeah, I hope we get some feedback.
And in the guideline, the photos here, if you go onto the website, they're much clearer than some of the dark pictures here.
Yeah.
That would help you guys.
The digital version
Yeah.
is way better.
Because I was looking at them today, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to the website, and it was much better.
Yeah, printing it in black and white was not a good choice, so I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so
We'll start with that
May
meeting and go
4th
from there.
at 5 o'clock. Okay. Agenda setting for the May 4th, 2022 meeting. No one has anything they want to put on ahead of time?
Nothing additional.
Well, let Kylie know if you think of something. Next meeting will be May 4th, 2022. Level 3 applications due Thursday, April 21st, 2022. Level 2 applications due Wednesday, April 27th, 2022. Public comments? There's no one out there. Commissioner comments. Kyle?
No comment.
Judy?
No comment?
Steve?
No comment.
I don't have any comment. Kylie?
No comment.
Oh, your director comments. Okay, no comments. Adjournment, please.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Steve made the motion, Kyle seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0.